So, have you ever watched someone try to hurl an insult at a person, and instead of, getting defensive, the target just completely agrees with them?
Oh, yeah. It's like watching a verbal martial arts master at work, honestly.
Right, it's wild. So today we're doing a deep dive into a lyric translation of this super high intensity track, RDE, by Hearts2Hearts.
Oh.
And our mission is really to figure out the exact psychological mechanism that makes weaponizing a negative label such an ultimate power move.
Yeah, it's a fascinating dynamic to unpack.
Hmm.
Because, usually if someone calls you a name or criticizes your behavior, your immediate human instinct is to just panic.
Exactly. You want to apologize or at least justify what you did.
Right, but the protagonists in this track, they just completely flip that script.
Okay, let's unpack this because
Really?
right from the start, the song establishes this vibe of unapologetic self-confidence. They're demanding, give me space, and declaring, I'm not a girl.
It's basically like putting up a velvet VIP rope around your own personal energy.
Yes, exactly. And there's this specific exchange in the lyrics that really caught my attention. The protagonist lays it out, they say. He was like, you're so rude. And I was like, boy, does it look like I couldn't even care less.
I love that line so much.
I mean, I've got to be honest, if someone called me rude to my face, I'd feel this instant wave of guilt. So why doesn't that happen here? What breaks that cycle of defensiveness?
Well, think of it like a psychological circuit breaker. When a critic throws out a label like rude, they are subconsciously looking for a reaction.
Like they want the dopamine hit of seeing you scramble.
Exactly. They want you to get defensive or try to win back their approval. It's totally a power play.
So it's almost like verbal aikido. By just saying, yep, I'm rude and I don't care, you're using their own momentum against them.
Right. They trip right over their own insult. You completely deprive them of the reaction they crave.
Which strips them of their power because suddenly they have nowhere left to go.
Yep. The attack is completely neutralized because you refuse to participate in the game they were trying to play.
Oh, wow. That actually recontextualizes another part of the song for me. They use this reclaimed rudeness as a shield against romantic expectations.
Like in the line, "Don't call me darling, I'm too rude."
Yes, that exact line.
What's fascinating here is that the word darling is incredibly loaded in that context.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a diminutive.
Right. It can be super patronizing.
Culturally, terms of endearment like that are frequently used to subtly box someone into a very specific traditional role, namely the sweet, compliant, agreeable partner.
It's like a crap wrapped in a compliment.
That's a great way to put it. By actively claiming, "I'm too rude to be your darling," the protagonist is just outright refusing to play that part.
So they're rejecting the condescending label by substituting it with one that gives them total autonomy, choosing the jagged edge over the soft, compliant one.
Exactly. And if we connect this to the bigger picture.
Wait, let me push back on this a little bit first. If you're walking around demanding space and declaring you're not a girl, all while totally ignoring what everyone thinks of you, doesn't that just make you genuinely arrogant?
That's a fair question.
Where is the line between setting a boundary and just being impossible to deal with?
Well, that is a crucial distinction to make. Arrogance is really about believing you are inherently superior to others, right? Like demanding they cater to you.
Okay, true.
But what the lyrics are describing, especially when they mention, living that real good life, is fundamentally different. It's about prioritizing your own peace.
Oh, I see. So they aren't trying to control anyone else's behavior. They're strictly controlling who gets access to them.
Precisely. It's not, "I'm better than you." It's more like, "I am way too busy enjoying my life to manage your fragile ego."
I love that. So it's a proactive choice to remain unbothered.
Right. They aren't asking for permission to take up space in the room. They are simply taking it and letting the chips fall where they may.
So what does this all mean for you listening at home? This deep dive into Rude isn't like a manual on how to go out and have terrible manners.
No, definitely not.
It's really about the liberation that comes from dropping the exhausting need to please everyone else.
Yeah, because in a world where we're constantly subjected to judgment and, frankly, an overload of opinions, developing a couldn't care less attitude when someone oversteps your boundaries is essential.
It's not a flaw at all.
No, it's a vital survival skill that protects your mental energy.
It really is the ultimate armor. So think about your own life for a second. What is a negative label or a piece of criticism you've received that you could actually flip?
How could you turn that supposed flaw into a source of personal strength?
Exactly. How can you use it for boundary setting, just like the protagonist did with the word rude? Definitely something to mull over.